Hello, my beautiful rose garden. Welcome back or welcome in if you are new. My name is Rose and I am the creator and the caretaker of this beautiful garden community. So I hope you won't mind just grabbing that trowel over there and planting some new seeds with me because today, Petals and Thorns, we are starting the Lunar Zodiac Challenge. So let me start off by saying that I did not create this challenge. This challenge was created by a fellow YouTuber and simmer by the name of Coffee. She is an eclectic witch, astrologer, empath, and just all around a gem of a person. We stan. And honestly, to add to that, I would just like to say that this series right now would not be here without Coffee. She is the one who created the Lunar Zodiac, and in the span of, I think, about 2 months now, she has become one of my closest friends. And I'm not saying that, I don't say that lightly, and I'm not saying that for clout on this channel. Let me just make that very clear. I am saying that because she is someone who has been my biggest supporter through the creation of this series. And just through many things I've gone through in general. She is an absolute gem. And I cannot tell you guys how much I appreciate her. So if you do not follow her on any social media platform, go do so. She is a very woke, genuine, authentic person. And that's all I'm going to say about it, but just know that this series means a lot to me and it's because of her. So with that, let's continue. Also, I would like to say that if you want to, you can actually skip this episode. I don't think we'll actually be getting into any gameplay in this part. This is just mainly to go over the rules and our character, our moon goddess. So feel free to skip ahead. You really won't miss much, but I am going to lay down some heavy astrology facts if you want to be here for that. So just letting you know, let's continue. Anyway, so Coffee made this challenge and I am just now getting my hands on it to do myself. As surprising as it may sound to some of you, I did decide to carry out this challenge in The Sims 4 only because I feel like when you're doing a challenge, you don't necessarily focus so much on the gameplay as much as you do the grind of winning the challenge. So I figured it wouldn't be that bad. Plus, I had already created our moon goddess several months back in The Sims 4 and I really fell in love with her. I will link that video in the cards above for you guys to check out because in that video we covered who our moon goddess is as a person and where her heritage comes from. So be sure to watch that if you want to know more. Now, as with any first episode, there are a few things we need to discuss, like who our main character is and of course the rules for the challenge. The rules are pretty simple, but I did bend the very first one a little bit. You're supposed to move your moon goddess onto a bulldoze lot and then set your funds to 2,000. From there, you can do what you like with the lot, but I decided I didn't like the idea of just plopping down some furniture on the lot and calling it good. Girl, the Virgo in me did not stand. So I downloaded a she shed off of the gallery and changed it slightly to suit my taste and the taste that I felt that Callista would also love. She has a bed and a painting easel, but otherwise she does not have anything that is going to benefit her and make this challenge easier for me. So she will still have to find a way to use the bathroom, eat, do all the basic necessities of living for a little while. Another rule we have is that your moon goddess cannot have a job. Her purpose is to raise 12 strong female witches. We can sell collectibles, paintings, and books to make money, but we cannot have a job or a stay-at-home job either. However, when our children come of age, they can have a job, which will make the challenge slightly easier. We also cannot leave the lot unless Callista brings all of her children with her or trusts an older child to watch over them. This is actually an extreme option that Chloe added that I love because from a storytelling standpoint, Callista is a goddess, right? Like she would never trust her lineage, her angel babies with mortals. Not because she hates mortals, not because she really thinks she's better than mortals, but because she knows the darkness of men. She knows their hearts. Some of them are amazing, beautiful, strong people, and some are not. They are the exact opposite. So she would never, ever let man have the chance to corrupt her celestial babies. Mama Cancer coming in hot, okay? So basically, guys, Callista has to birth 12 female children. And the reason it is female is because the moon is based on feminine energy. And since Callista is leaving her post as guardian to the moon, it will need all the feminine energy from her daughters to continue spreading its magic and its life throughout the world. Now, if we give birth to a son, he gotta go. We don't got time for any of that masculine energy up in this house, okay? You feel me? He will have to be moved in with his father. And if we want, we can try again with that same father until we have a female born. If we have a female born from that father, we cannot use him again. I feel like the rest of the challenge is pretty self-explanatory. We have to birth 12 female Sims in zodiac order, beginning with Aries until we end with Pisces. There are a couple of extreme versions for this because since we have seasons installed, we could totally make it so that we could give birth to our children in the season that their sign corresponds with. So Aries would be in the spring because Aries is within the March and April time period. Leo would be in summer because of July and August, and so on. I don't know if I really want to try it that way, so let me know down in the comments below what you guys would love to see, and I will be sure to read over your thoughts. Now, let's move on to the star of our show, our moon goddess. Alright, you guys, so this is Callista Shenandoah, and as I said in the cast video, Callista is a Native American goddess based off of the first woman, or the corn woman, in Abenaki tribal lore. It is said in that legend that the first woman gave birth to the Wabanaki nation and then sacrificed herself to feed them, turning her body into the first garden. I will actually try and link some of this down below so you guys can go check this out for yourself if you want to learn more about the culture. We will be discussing it, don't worry, in this series, but if you guys want to go ahead and read it for yourself, I will link it down below. For our story purposes here, I am basically having it that she and the sun were created by the Great Spirit, which, as all Native believe, is that he created the world to help bring life and energy to the world by doing so. And so the two of them fell in love because they were working so closely together with their father figure, the Great Spirit. So you guys, what I did not discuss in the cast video was actually Callista's traits, and I did not discuss her sign. Now, I will probably have to say this until I am blue in the freaking face, but your sun sign, which is a sign you mainly associate yourself with, is not the only sign in your natal makeup. You are made up by so many different signs. Namely, it's your sun sign, your moon sign, and your ascending or rising sign. For example, I am a Virgo sun. I was born in September. I am a Cancer moon, and I am a Leo rising. We're going to talk a lot about this throughout this challenge, but I will also leave links down to AstroSeek below where you guys can actually go pull up your own natal charts. And I will also link a video to one of my favorite astrologers, which is also Coffee, because I believe she also did a video on your natal chart, our natal chart reading. So I will put that down below so you guys can explore it for yourself if you are interested. If not, don't worry, no hard feelings. But anyway, so moving on, let's discuss Callista, the woman we are all here for right now. Now, for this series, I wanted to be as authentic as possible, and I wanted to also bring a lot of astrology into it because, though I am a Wiccan, I am not that great at astrology, so I consider myself an astrologer in training. So to teach myself and others, I wanted to add Callista's natal chart to this section, and I also plan on adding all of her children's natal charts to the other sections of this series. So for Callista, she is a Cancer sun, and your sun sign is a personal identity. It shows us areas where a person should learn to be independent, where they should fulfill their potential and differentiate themselves from others so they can shine. The position of the sun when we are born tells us sometimes which profession would best suit that character of person. So the funny thing about Cancer is ruled by the moon, but she has a Cancer sun. So where this sign sits, it gives people born under this sign a lot of emotional sensitivity. They are very often reserved and shy. Their reasoning, their thinking, their behavior are very dependent on their mood, and this is why they like to depend on people with strong personalities and choose other partners they can lean on, which describes Callista. Like you guys saw in the machinima, she really did depend on Ishkode to be there for her. He was definitely her crutch in many ways, but she also at the same time knew her worth as well. She didn't depend on him to be there, but she definitely liked that he was. Callista has a Cancer sun in the 4th house, which creates people that have a lot of strong roots in their home, and they like that security. And Cancer is all about the home and the hearth, so this is a really powerful placement for her, in my opinion. These people have a strong urge to protect and maintain, I should say, their traditions that they identify with. And that was something that Callista did to an extent. She wanted to protect the earth that they created because that was something powerful to them. That was something that she believed in. Their early life is usually not easy, as we saw. Their family background and their history have a significant impact on them, and I believe that that is true for her as well. The sun in the 4th house is a popular location because it often creates security in later life and a lot of welfare, and it supplies a lot of vitality and energy in this period. The sun also causes you to have a lot of interest in land and nature and ecology, which, as we saw, Callista also did. So this I just want to point this out, that how I did this for Callista's chart was I went on AstroSeek and I just took the bar for the year as far back as I could go, which I think is the year 1800. Now I know that that is not accurate because Callista obviously was born at the dawn of time, but that's as far back as AstroSeek will let me go. And I think I put her birthday in, I want to say June. I can't remember the exact date. I don't have it sitting in front of me, but I do know that her birth year is 1800, and I put her birth time as midnight. It just kind of seemed fitting because, you know, midnight, it's when a new day begins, start of the world sort of thing, you know, that kind of thing. So Callista also has a Cancer moon, and a moon sign tells us about our childhood, our experiences with our mother. It describes how sensitive we are and how we interact with our surroundings. So a lot of times people associate themselves with their sun sign, but really when you meet a person, you're going to see their moon sign and their rising sign more than their sun sign at first. But we will definitely get to that later on. So, like I said, Cancer is all about the hearth and the home. So a moon in Cancer, people with a moon in Cancer really love their family. They love activities related to cooking and gardening and DIY. Anything that has to do with being at home and being with your family, that is what a Cancer moon is. And other people can be attracted to that. They love that you love being at home. They love that you love doing things like cooking and raising children and even teaching even. They love that. So a Cancer moon's inborn disposition to educate and protect allows them to be good parents and supportive friends, which is why this is actually really perfect for Callista because she's going to be a mother. She has a moon in the 3rd house, which creates diligent students, especially in fields of history, archaeology, and other subjects that have connection with the past. Now, Callista is from the past, born in the past. I guess you could say in a way we all are born in the past, but she was born at the beginning of time. So she has no choice but to be wise. She has seen the world from the beginning, and she has learned about it as it has grown and matured with her. These people with Cancer moons, they are intellectually inquiring and they have an emotional desire for mental growth. They love to learn. They love to be stimulated. They have good memories and their mind is full of all kinds of details and facts. They don't like boring work and they don't like boring routines because their mind needs movement and changes. It needs, like I said, to be constantly stimulated, which I feel like hers is. But also, Cancer moons are dreamers, And what do we know about Callista is that she had a dream. She dreamed about Earth. She dreamed about the humans, and she made it so. That dream manifested into life, and that was because of her. So, Callista is a Taurus rising, and a rising sign basically just symbolizes basic personality traits such as physical appearance, temperament, behavior, your relationship to life, and just the first impression you give to people. So we're going back to how I said that you'll see the moon sign and the rising sign first. The rising sign is the one that you will see first. So she is a Taurus rising or Taurus ascendant. People who have Taurus ascendants, they do not rush. They make plans, they build and work systematically to achieve their goals. However, they might become lazy, which I don't see Callista as lazy, but the one thing to note is that they don't like change. They want things to stay the same, even if they don't have purpose or meaning any longer. And I feel like for Callista, she was kind of that way. She created Earth, which was a big change. She created the universe as well, which is a big change. But when it came to the fact of after spending so much time with the humans and that being taken away from her, that was a change that she could not and would not stand for. So that was something that really, really hit home to her and hit her hard. Taurus risings, they also tend to act in accordance with their feelings. They like luxury and wealth and beauty. They don't like living alone, and they need to be accepted by other people. And if you guys saw the machinima, which I highly recommend you go watch, by the way, because I did work very, very, very hard on it. Small little clout to me, but I would go watch it because it does give a lot of insight into Callista as a person. I tried to make that little movie as accurate as I could to who Callista was as a person, and it's not part of it without even really trying. So yeah, they really do not like being on their own, which is another reason why when Ishkode was taken from her, it really caused a rift in her emotions, and she acted in accordance to that. She was very depressed and grieving, and to be told that that wasn't okay was not something that she could really fathom. Her mind could not process that this was not a feeling that she was allowed to have. So Taurus risings, they do often take the path of least resistance. So it's kind of funny to say that, thinking that she created or helped create at least everything, but she didn't like the confrontation between her and the Great Spirit when that was being discussed. So if he had not been so willing to create Earth near the end, I don't think that she would have pushed the issue. So yeah, but Taurus risings are good companions. They love good food. They love good drinks. They are basically a good person to be with. And combine that with a Cancer moon and a Cancer sun, which is all about home and hearth and family and love, you've got yourself an all-around gem of a person, which is what Callista is in the end. So that, my friends, is the beginning of our story. We now are going to head in to the very first episode of the Lunar Zodiac Challenge. I hope you guys are as excited and prepared as I am, because this is something crazy. This is something I've never done before. And the pride I feel in how much you guys have loved this, and the pride I feel just in how I was able to accomplish it, it's something that can't be described. And I'm very humbled by it. So thank you everyone who has supported this thus far, who will continue to support it in the future. I can't explain how much I appreciate you guys. So thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Bye guys.